Broadcasting live from Studio 3 at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, you're watching Stallion TV.
Good morning, Stallions, and welcome back to Stallion TV here at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. I'm Kay Frazier.
And I'm Lizzie Parks. Thank you for joining us on this Friday, April 8th.
ABAC Student Government Association works towards bridging the gap between administration and ABAC students. They are now recruiting for next year's officers. To learn more, here's Charlie Lawless.
SGA acts as a liaison between the students and ABAC administration. Currently, they are recruiting new officers for next year's team.
So there's president, vice president, and then there will be 2 senators picked to represent each of the 4 schools. So you'll have School of Ag, School of Arts and Science, School of Business, and School of Nursing.
On Monday, they held an ice cream social explaining to students the benefits of SGA.
You should run for SGA because of the relationships that it helps you build. It builds your leadership skills. You're able to put that on your resume. It really just helps you not only build relationships with students, but administration as well. And those are things that are lasting. They become mentors, and it just helps you grow so much more as a well-rounded student.
Applications were sent to your Stallions email and are due on April 14th. If you have any further questions, the SGA office is located on the first floor of Conquer. For the Stallion, I'm Charlie Lawless.
Could you be the one to make the next big change on ABAC's campus? Make that start by turning in your SGA application.
For the 10-year anniversary of Carry the Load, several ABAC students are taking a patriotic trip around the country. Dill Driscoll started the national relay and brought Carry the Load to the ABAC campus when he was dean of the business school. Carry the Load is a nonprofit organization that tells people about the sacrifices that people in the United States military make. Now, every May, Carry the Load sends out 5 national relays and they walk through nearly every state in the country. Here's Cole Krill speaking live with Dill Driscoll.
Thank you, Lizzie. So, Dill, why did you bring Carry the Load to ABAC?
Well, as we were at the business school at Stafford School of Business, and my wife and I have spent a lifetime of doing experiential marketing all over the world, and there's no better experiential marketing program than Carry the Load. It's all about the human touch. We get out into the field and literally spread the message of Carry the Load. 10 years later, we're now a movement. We've raised over $30 million, and every one of the ABAC students that's been on this trip will tell you it changes their lives of how they look at the world. And the cool thing is, there's 6 full-time employees at Carry the Load, and 3 of them are our students from ABAC.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What can the students expect to do while they're traveling with Carry the Load?
Okay, the kids are we call them leg captains, and each depending on the tour you're on, there's different numbers of legs, if you will, right? But the leg is usually 5 miles long, and you walk. You have 2 hours to walk, and now 10 years later, there's literally in New York City there could be 1,500 people that a leg captain from ABAC will have to be the captain. And it's all about safety, security, and smiles. They get the walkers, and we'll walk straight down from Chase Bank's headquarters across the street from the Waldorf Astoria. We walk all the way right down Madison Avenue to the 9/11 monument.
All right. So what locations will they be traveling to?
This year we're going to go to all 48 states. So depending on the route they're on, you could be anywhere from Spokane, Washington, to L.A., to Las Vegas, to Denver, Aspen, Colorado we're going to Camden, Maine, to West Point. And it's amazing when the things that they'll see. And by the way, we are having a relay here at ABAC campus this year.
All right. That sounds like a great experience. Now, thank you, Dill. Now it's time to go back to Kay.
Thank you, Cole, and thank you, Mr. Dill Driscoll, for speaking with us today. We will be right back after this quick ad break.
ABAC's Forest Lakes Golf Club is greening up just in time for the spring season. The 9-hole course is in one of its most beautiful times of the year. The azaleas are blooming and the weather is just right for a round of golf. Forest Lakes has recently added lights to the driving range and the putting green, allowing golfers to come out after dark to perfect their swings. Come out to Forest Lakes Golf Club for an awesome golfing experience.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Welcome back to Stallion TV here at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. I'm Kay Frazier.
And I'm Lizzie Parks. Some students have spent the last few months raising money for a mission trip to Jamaica. Mission trips allow students to gain a deeper understanding of other cultures. Stallion TV's Maggie Yates is live on AVAC's campus with more on the story.
A group of students here at ABAC flew to Jamaica for spring break. For some, spring break is a work-free week meant for relaxing, but these students had a different plan in mind. Red Door is a popular college ministry here located at and ran by the First Baptist Church of Tifton. The Red Door College Ministry has taken a group of students on a mission trip for years, and this year was no exception. Students got up bright and early, hopped on a plane, and arrived in St. Mary, Jamaica, just in time for a great week of service. The leaders of the student ministry were also thrilled to be able to experience the students' acts of service firsthand. Ashley Everett, Matt House, Sarah Hobby, and TJ Martin are the 4 FBC members who spent the week caring and guiding for these students.
Hey, I was one of the leaders for our college Jamaica mission trip that we went on last week. And just some of the things that we did as a team, we did construction and we did some gardening work. We pulled lots of weeds around their property. They had several different farms that they have there in Jamaica, and they are the second biggest landowner in Jamaica. And also just some other things that we did were they had tons of coconut trees there and coconut trees on their property, and we got to cut up coconuts ourselves. And also one other cool thing that they have there is a chocolate factory, and several of our students got the opportunity to make their own chocolate. So it was an awesome experience that we had in Jamaica.
An awesome week indeed. If you're interested in attending Red Door, they meet every Tuesday at 7:30. Thank you, First Baptist Tifton, for all you do for our students. Back to you, Lizzie.
Thank you, Maggie. I'm sure the weather in Jamaica was bright and sunny, especially compared to the weather we've been having.
We had a chilly and rainy week this week, and I'm ready to see the sun again here in Tifton. With our weather update, here's Rains Evans.
Yes, we will have sunny skies this weekend. We have a breezy afternoon today with a high of 69. Tomorrow we'll see the sun come out and it'll cool off a bit with a high of 64. Our lows will be in the lower 40s, and Sunday it'll warm up to a perfect afternoon with a high of 73 and a low of 45. It's a perfect way to spend your Sunday afternoon outside. Monday we'll have partly cloudy skies, and we'll see it warm up as we start back to the work week. Tuesday we'll have a high of 83 and a low of 62. I hope you have a great weekend. Lizzie?
Thank you so much, Rains, for that weather update. Kicking off homecoming week with designs, ABAC students and faculty participated in a club sidewalk chalk design at the Meadows this past Wednesday. With more on the story, here's Kay Frazier.
Good evening, my name is Jamari Barnes, and we are out here today at the Sidewalk Chalk event. So we have different clubs on campus gathered here today to come up with any type of design or imagination that they can draw with the chalk on the ground. And I'm excited to see all the beautiful results that I know are going to happen, and I look forward to seeing who's going to win tonight.
I'm Skyla. I'm Haley. And we're here at the Homecoming Sidewalk Chalk Competition for Circle K. Haley is adding to our lovely sidewalk chalk art for the competition. Right now she's making our lovely words a little more cutesy. So what it's going to say is Once Upon an ABAC Fairy Tale, and then we're going to have the Circle K symbol, I guess. It's going to be a large circle with our beautiful K in the middle, and just, you know, allude to the fairy tale or the story of Circle K as a part of ABAC.
Congratulations to the winners, Cultural Latinx.
I really enjoyed this event. It was well put together.
Absolutely, the event was very creative, and it also brought a lot of people out.
Again, congratulations to Cultural Latinx. We'll be right back after this quick ad break.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
ABAC's Forest Lakes Golf Club is greening up just in time for the spring season. The 9-hole course is in one of its most beautiful times of the year. The azaleas are blooming and the weather is just right for a round of golf. Forest Lakes has recently added lights to the driving range and the putting green, allowing golfers to come out after dark to perfect their swings. Come out to Forest Lakes Golf Club for an awesome golfing experience.
Welcome back to Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. I'm Kay Frazier.
And I'm Lizzie Parks.
Tiger Woods is one of PGA's most well-known players, has had an amazing recovery since his nearly fatal car accident. With more on the story, here's Colin Hammock.
On February 23, 2021, Tiger Woods crashed his SUV going 87 miles per hour. In the months that followed, Tiger revealed to the public that he was close to having his right foot amputated. Now, over a year later, the world of golf is welcoming back one of its greatest icons at one of the biggest stages known as the Masters in Augusta, Georgia, where he has won 5 times in his career. The event starts this Thursday and ends on Sunday. This has been Colin Hammock, back to the Stallion.
It always makes you feel good hearing comeback stories like these. May we use Tiger's stories as motivation to help us push through our challenges throughout the day. Here's Hunter Lovelace with our sports update.
Welcome back to another sports update. Earlier this week, the number 1 seeded Kansas defeated number 8 seed North Carolina 72-69 in the NCAA Men's National Championship. The Jayhawks came back from a 16-point deficit to claim the largest comeback victory in NCAA title history. This is the Jayhawks' first national championship since 2008. This was a great way to bring a wrap to March Madness, which delivered in its madness. Whether it was the 15-seed St. Peter's Peacocks making it into the Elite Eight, Coach K's last game in the Final Four, or that there was only one top-ranked team in Kansas to make it past the Sweet 16. While the Jayhawks have secured their title victory, the ABAC Stallions are still battling to get their opportunity. The Stallions swept Andrew College in their 4-game series. In the first game against Andrew College, the Stallions had an unheard-of outing, putting up 20 hits and 7 home runs on the game. Slade Taylor and C.J. Rose both had 2 home runs on the day, along with Bo Brand and Henry Daniels both hitting grand slams. The Stallions kept the momentum rolling into the second game of the series, beating Andrew College 18-3. Henry Daniels had 4 hits at his 4 at-bats, driving in 4 RBIs and making it around the bases himself 4 times. The last 2 games between the schools were much closer, with both games ending with the Stallions victorious 6-5. Following their series against Andrew College, the Stallions are on a 6-game win streak, defeating East Georgia College on Monday 5-4 and 11-7 this past Thursday. This has been Hunter Lovelace with your live sports update. Back to you, Kay.
Thank you, Hunter. Student and alumni faced off last week for ABAC's annual softball game. Each year, the game is hosted by ABAC's alumni and friends. This event is a part of ABAC's Homecoming Week. The student team was represented by campus clubs and organizations. The alumni team was led by Christopher Earls. Both student and alumni came together to show support and cheer on their team by watching and participating in various clubs and organization tailgates. The game ended with a close student victory 16-14.
Bass fishing is another popular sport and is a hobby in Georgia. ABAC professor Robert Carpenter took a trip to South America to experience their bass fishing culture. With more on the story, here's Stallion TV's Sydney Doss.
Fishing is a popular hobby among ABAC students and staff, bass fishing especially. In Georgia, bass fishing happens in freshwater spots like this, and the fish of the day are either large or smallmouth bass. But what about in other parts of the world? Robert Carpenter, a Spanish professor here at ABAC, and his son took a trip to answer that question for themselves.
And so it's something we always wanted to do, and my son said, you know, Dad, it's a bucket list thing.
They traveled to the Orinoco River Basin in South America to catch and release bass, peacock bass.
It was just amazing, the colors of these fish, how beautiful they are, and how much they fight.
Carpenter and his son landed several bass that were over 20 pounds.
So these fish they would bend the hooks. That's how strong they were.
But bass weren't the only species in the Orinoco. They also landed piranhas and payara, aka vampire fish.
These fish, they fought really good too. We'd fish for them in the rapids, and I mean, they're thin, but they get real big. I lost a 15 to 20 pounder.
Traveling abroad to experience hobbies in new ways is something Carpenter would recommend to all ABAC students.
So yeah, I mean, I think students would love it. I plan on going back.
For the Stallion, I'm Sydney Doss.
Seems like no matter where you go, if there's bass, there will be people to catch them. Those were some really big fish. So we should go on a trip there.
Yeah, we should. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Kay Fraser.
And I'm Lizzie Parks. We hope to see you here again next week for more news from Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.